I wonder if you've ever had a child come up to you and tell you that they're really, really scared. I wonder if you've ever fallen victim to saying to them at that point in time, you've got nothing to worry about. Have you ever noticed that that doesn't actually work that often? There's some times where it works to say to someone, you've got nothing to worry about. There's other times, most of the time, I actually think that it doesn't work. And the reason why it doesn't work, I think, is because anxiety and fear actually has its own internal logic. It makes complete sense to the person who's scared. It makes complete sense to the person who's afraid. You know, fear and anxiety, I think, is a little bit like being on the Serengeti. You might have a herd of gazelle. What often happens is one of the gazelles gets separated from the herd, and at that point, the safety and the security of that gazelle is not found in the group, but it's actually, they're isolated and they're in trouble. There's a lion there. The lion's big, it's strong, it's probably faster than them. And it's a bit like that for us sometimes, isn't it? We get things that are big and they're troublesome and they're fearful, and we struggle with them. Anxiety has a way of separating people. You see, you don't often think about it, but the reality about anxiety is that you can find yourself actually thinking, well, I can't trust you, and I can't trust you. In fact, I can't trust anyone else. In fact, I don't even know whether I can trust God. I can only trust myself. The problem with that is often in times of anxiety and fear, what we're actually faced with is something that's bigger than us. That's kind of why we're anxious. It's why we're fearful, because there's something in front of us that's beyond our capability to handle it. And this is, in some ways, some of the logic that actually goes on inside of anxiety. And it's part of the reason why someone saying to you, you've got nothing to worry about, just doesn't work. One thing that really does help someone who's anxious is to have someone else alongside them, someone who'll listen to them, someone who'll get to know them, someone who can actually speak the language of the logic of their anxiety. You might be surprised to know that the most frequent command in the Bible is don't be afraid. You know, it's not just God in a cranky kind of way just saying to people, don't be afraid. It's God in a loving, tender way saying, don't be afraid, I'm with you. Cast your anxieties, your fears upon me, in the same way you'd put a saddle on a horse. Cast them on me like that. Why? Because I care for you. See, if you're God's child, you're never, ever, ever alone with your fears, because He has promised to you, never will I leave you, never will I forsake you.